Oh, you're not going to believe this one, guys. Whoopi Goldberg, the queen of running her freaking mouth on The View, just hit a whole new level of drama, guys. And this time it is just backfiring big time. After trashing a beloved Staten Island bakery live on air, rumors are now swirling that Whoopi may find herself smack dab in the middle of a defamation lawsuit that could bring her ego crashing down.
The place that made these refused to make them for me.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What?
Oh, no. Let me explain. They said that their ovens had gone down, all kinds of stuff, but folks went and got them anyway, which is why I'm not telling you who made them. But can't be because I'm a woman, but perhaps they did not like my politics.
Yeah. And I know how hard my family has worked to keep this business alive. My bakers come in 2 or 3 in the morning just to have donuts and rolls for everybody to come in and say, we have the best rolls ever. This is what makes Holtermann's. It's the community.
And let me tell you guys, she's not handling it well. Nope, not at all. In fact, instead of owning up, Whoopi exploded in tears, crying her way all throughout this fallout, as if the world owes her an apology. When is Whoopi Goldberg going to join all the other celebrities who are leaving the United States, who are leaving the country? I mean, seriously, is there a bakery out there handing out humility pies? Because she needs to take out a big old bite, all right? Now, this isn't just a bad look for Whoopi Goldberg. In fact, it's an absolute train wreck for The View, okay, guys? Buckle up. I got a lot to share with you guys. But first, let's listen to what Whoopi Goldberg says here. Watch.
So there seems to be a lot of talk about the dessert I requested for my birthday show. I never mentioned the name of the bakery or the location. It does seem a little odd that when we called a few weeks before my birthday and we were told they couldn't process the order for my birthday because of an equipment failure, but somehow they were able to accept an order of a different 48 of the same dessert when somebody else called without using my name. But it's all okay, y'all, because I enjoyed my delicious dessert and I had a happy, sweet birthday. Nothing better than that.
Wow, just wow, guys. So Whoopi Goldberg, she celebrated her birthday recently, and during the celebration, she made some comments about a dessert that she ordered. Now, in a video she released, Whoopi shared her frustration, claiming that she or her team tried to place an order with a bakery. She didn't mention the name of the bakery initially, and they were told the order could not be fulfilled due to equipment failure, okay? However, Whoopi, she went on to allege that the bakery later accepted the same order from somebody else who did not use her name. So this led Whoopi to speculate that the refusal might have been to do with her political views. She said, perhaps they didn't like my politics. Despite her frustration, Whoopi Goldberg, she insisted that she had a great birthday, enjoyed her dessert. However, a lot of people found her remarks offensive, particularly toward a small business that is beloved in Staten Island's community. So, of course, the bakery in question, Holtermann's Bakery, is a well-known local institution and a long history of Staten Island. After Whoopi Goldberg's remarks, community members came out. Local leaders rallied around the bakery, accusing Whoopi of unfairly targeting them. And the Staten Island Borough president, Vito Fossella, he spoke out in defense of the bakery, highlighting how hard this family that owns the business works in order to serve the community. Anyway, what do you guys think? Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel.
Family has worked to keep this business alive. My bakers come in 2 or 3 in the morning just to have donuts and rolls for everybody to come in and say, we have the best rolls ever. This is what makes Holtermann's. It's the community.
So if you haven't heard the story by now, Whoopi Goldberg, as you can see there, learning the hard way that going after a Staten Island institution can be a recipe for controversy. Thousands of customers lined up outside Holtermann's Bakery to show their support after the View co-host accused that bakery of political discrimination. Community leaders calling on her to apologize, but instead, here's the update. She appears to double down in this new video.
There seems to be a lot of talk about the dessert I requested for my birthday show. I never mentioned the name of the bakery or the location. It does seem a little odd that when we called a few weeks before my birthday and we were told they couldn't process the order for my birthday because of an equipment failure, but somehow they were able to accept an order of a different 48 of the same dessert when somebody else called without using my name. But it's all okay, y'all, because I enjoyed my delicious dessert and I had a happy, sweet birthday.
So after Whoopi Goldberg's initial comments went viral, y'all, the bakery saw this massive surge in support. Customers lined up outside Holtermann's to show their solidarity. And what's crazy is that the bakery, they benefited greatly from this widespread viral criticism, not so much the criticism, but the attention that all of this criticism has garnered. And this has literally backfired in Whoopi Goldberg's face. I mean, I hate to hear her crying about this all right around the time frame of her birthday, but really, you know, instead of apologizing like the narcissistic sociopath that she portrays herself to be on The View, Whoopi doubled down on her claims in another video. She reiterated her suspicion that political discrimination might have actually played a role in the bakery's actions. She also insisted that she had never explicitly named the bakery, although the connection had already been widely reported. Whoopi's follow-up video contained very similar remarks. There seems to be a lot of talk about the dessert I requested for my birthday. I never mentioned the name of the bakery or the location, but just it does seem a little bit odd, right? So this has led community leaders outraged.
Looks like cleanup on aisle 6 to me. Joining us now is Staten Island Borough President Vito Fossella. Thank you very much for being here. We saw you at that news conference. I mean, you lit the crowd up. You have people lining up outside the bakery because they feel bad for what's happened to this institution, the Staten Island institution. Welcome to you. Did that clear anything up, that video with Whoopi Goldberg there?
No, not at all. In my opinion, first of all, the story here is this Holtermann, the family is wonderful. They're the salt of the earth. They've had a business for 146 years.
Wow.
Not many people can say that. They have an impeccable reputation. People love them and their business. And then this woman went on national television and basically misrepresented what happened. And, you know, to have a platform like that and disparage, potentially, arguably defame a business that has no recourse in the court of public opinion, and they were devastated. And what we said, we were going to stand up for those businesses, and we're not going to take the abuse. She may have had the bully pulpit, but she came across as a bully, if you ask me. And the family, not being used to this, said, you know, what do we do? So the Staten Island community stood up and stood strong and stood up for the Holtermann family, the Holtermann bakery. And I commend the Holtermanns for just having the grace to take the high road. And the Staten Island community stepping out, waiting online hour after hour to say we support Holtermann's. But it could have been any small business. It could have been anybody who was attacked on the national airwaves for something they didn't do.
You know,
Wow, guys. So the community leaders and the local leaders, they're outraged, clearly. I mean, look at Vito Fossella here, right? He is the president of Staten Island. He has identified that this could be grounds for a defamation lawsuit here, guys. I mean, he's looking at Whoopi Goldberg's comments as an attack on small businesses that have ultimately been the cornerstone for Staten Island for generations. Again, this is the president of Staten Island, guys, Vito Fossella. So in 146 years, I mean, this is longer than most companies, Fortune 500 companies. 104, and this is a small family-owned business, guys. Whoopi Goldberg should really be ashamed of herself. And if anything, I would have expected more of an apology for doing something like this, right? I mean, isn't an apology in order? I mean, hey, my bad. I didn't mean to, say that. And, with such a large platform, it's not fair to attack small businesses like that, right? I mean, this is a tough economy. We were bordering the line of a recession for so long. Maybe Holtermann's was, struggling to manage this failed equipment. Equipment's expensive. parts. We still have a supply chain problem, depending upon what you're trying to order. So maybe parts were out of stock. Who knows? Maybe the cost of the repair of the equipment was just too expensive and they weren't prepared for it. I don't really know the details on that, but I'm just saying anything could have happened, right? So that's just not cool.
As a reporter, I step back from the story and I say, well, could have something happened there that maybe we didn't see? Maybe there was somebody, this is just me just asking you based on the facts that you have at hand. Could there have been somebody behind the register who didn't like the idea that this was for Whoopi Goldberg and said, not today?
So the facts are the boiler that they had in place that they need to make the cakes was about 60 or 70 years old. They were planning on replacing it. They didn't know how long it would take to replace. So Jill Holtermann actually did the right thing by telling the woman, we can't commit to it. We would hate for you to have a birthday party and the boiler would still be down. So, go someplace else. And then the boiler was fixed, probably in less time than they anticipated, and then people could buy cakes again. She was not the only one that was declined.
So they send somebody else in there
after the fact.
After it was fixed.
Correct.
And so she connects the dots and says, oh, they'll serve them without my name attached to it, but they wouldn't serve me.
Yeah.
Wow. So, at the end of the day, this could literally just have boiled down to a matter of, just miscommunication, or not even miscommunication, a misunderstanding, because there was a legitimate boiler failure at the time where Whoopi Goldberg's order was placed. So it sounds, based on the sequence of events that they just shared. And then when they send someone else, because they think, oh, well, because of my political views, you're not going to take my order. So then they send somebody else, not mention Whoopi Goldberg's name, but by then the boiler is repaired. And now it seems as if, well, you didn't take my order because I'm Whoopi Goldberg and you don't like my political views. But in the reality, it's that, well, at the time, the boiler was broken. But then when they didn't know how long it was going to take for the boiler to get fixed. So they want to, and then on top of that, maybe they said, and give the bakery the benefit of the doubt. Maybe the bakery said, hey, you're freaking Whoopi Goldberg, right? We don't want to make a promise to Whoopi Goldberg on The View and not be able to deliver, not be able to come through. So, as much as we would love to take your order and serve you as a customer, we don't want to risk our reputation by making a commitment that we may not be able to fulfill. So instead, we just said, hey, the boiler is broken. We're not going to be able to take the order, rather than risk our reputation. Because think about this. Imagine Whoopi Goldberg ordered the whatever cupcakes or dessert she ordered from Holtermann's, and Holtermann's accepts the order. The boiler doesn't get fixed in time. Now, all of a sudden, Whoopi's cupcakes and birthday treats don't get delivered on time. Now, what do you think Whoopi Goldberg's going to say if Holtermann's didn't deliver her birthday treats on time on The View? Can you imagine what she would say? Imagine they took her order, the boiler didn't get fixed on time. Now Whoopi Goldberg sitting up there with Joy Behar and Sonny Hostin at The View talking about, well, this bakery in Staten Island, they told me they were gonna make my treats or whatnot, but they didn't deliver. Is it because of my political views? Now it would look like the bakery didn't deliver because of her political views, and she's left empty-handed. You see what I'm saying? Like, this could have gone left for the bakery. So the bakery instead decided, hey, we're not going to commit to this because we don't know if we can. And it looks like there may have been nothing more than a miscommunication, but it's still pretty bad.
And she wouldn't, the old expression, she wouldn't accept the truth. And somehow it was this, perhaps a degree of self-absorption that everybody thinks of politics every day. We just heard Jill. Her and her workers are at work sometimes 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning to prepare every day. You think she really cares about politics? Her customer base, or across the board, she wants to do well in business. My main concern was that this woman took to the national airwaves and sought to destroy a company.
She didn't say the name of the company, and I'm not defending her in any way, but she didn't say it then. In her, clarification on Instagram there, that video, she also didn't say the name of the company, and she reminded people she didn't say this. So the question now is there a case of defamation as the legal in the proper legal format. I'll put this up on the screen. This is Jonathan Turley's take. He says why defamation suit against Whoopi Goldberg could be piece of cake. The implied accusation against the bakery could fit into a per se category of impugning business or professional integrity. Goldberg's statement was clearly meant to impugn the reputation and professional standing of the bakery. It can be argued as defamatory per se by implication, says John.
Wow, this is coming from Jonathan Turley, who is like Fox News, like go-to guy, like go-to attorney for legal counsel. This could be a really horrible situation for Whoopi Goldberg and possibly even The View guys.
Jonathan Turley.
Got to respect that opinion, and I don't think if it went before a jury that people would think differently. Although she did not mention the name, in a matter of minutes or hours, it was deduced that the company itself was Holtermann's.
So now my question is, if Whoopi Goldberg never mentioned the name Holtermann's bakery, then how did everyone know? Is Holtermann's bakery product so visually well known that just seeing the product, because I believe they had Holtermann's bakery products on the tabletop on The View. So I'm just wondering, was just seeing the cupcakes, would you just know it's from Holtermann's?
And again, I get back to, it was a misrepresentation of what happened. And rather than give the benefit of doubt to the business owner, she goes on national television. And by the way, the first calls that the family got were not nice calls. They were borderline threatening calls.
Wow.
And it was at that point we stepped up and said, we're not gonna take this. We're not gonna let.
Wow, guys. Wow. Let me know what you guys think about this. I mean, this sounds really crazy. This is not good news for Whoopi Goldberg. Thankfully, Holtermann's was able to get their boiler machine fixed, and they're serving customers, and it looks like customers are pretty happy. And it sounds like Whoopi Goldberg otherwise likes Holtermann, but it's just pretty bad that, that a misunderstanding could go so far. And it seems like a simple apology would have just like cured all of this. Hey, my bad, didn't mean to throw shade your direction. Apparently, it sounds like Whoopi Goldberg never mentioned the bakery by name, but since there was a lot of speculation about who the bakery was, I think it would probably be just a nice thing to do to just be like, hey, my bad. I'm pretty sure it was a misunderstanding. Thank you for my birthday treats. I got them anyway. And otherwise, I love you guys. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, what do you guys think? Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you guys next time.